Hi, Stuart. I have a question. Thank you for that deep, amazing meditation. I had a traumatic memory come up during the meditation at one point, and I felt all the emotions from it. And I put that in my hara, and then I just started to sweat a lot. It felt like really hot. Do these things come up to be healed?
Yes, yes. I mean, that experience has been buried inside you for I don't know how long,
It was an
and,
old one.
and it's been released. And if you bring it into the hara, even the sweat is letting go of all the poisons, that you've been retaining inside yourself because of that experience that you repressed. So it's really good. I mean, just keep doing stuff like that. You'll just get freer and freer inside yourself.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question?
Stuart, I'll ask you a question about, because I've been asking to go deeper, so just around like support with like asking to go deeper, getting out of the superficial asking and being in the depth of a genuine ask. If you could speak to that.
Wendy, I speak to that all the time. I mean, no matter how deeply you go, it can be a genuine need based upon, a genuine depth of surrender based upon how deep your need is to really let go of the things inside you that are blocking you. As your need gets deeper, the level of surrender gets deeper. You tap much more profound energies. You tap things that have been repressed in you for years, and you're capable of letting go of them. But it all is contingent upon what your need is. A lot of people, their need is to just kind of be satisfied in life. I don't think that's your need, but many people function that way. And when they reach this level of kind of satisfaction, the need, I mean, they're satiated. I mean, uh, the depth of one's need determines how deeply you're going to surrender. And that grows. You understand? When the need is on a superficial level, when one first begins to do meditation, you understand, as they plummet their inner work, their inner life, the need gets deeper. You begin to taste and experience energies that are of such an amazing nature that you want more of it. You want to let it take you deeper. You don't want to hold on to anything that's keeping you from having a spiritual life. I mean, that's the answer, really. I mean, and you have to have patience with yourself, and you have to allow that hunger to grow inside you, that need in you to truly be connected with God, to get rid of all the obstructions, the things, that are keeping you from doing it, ultimately attaining in yourself a state of nothingness. And that state of nothingness allows spiritual energy to truly flow through you. Even as you approach that state, there's more spiritual energy that guides your life. I mean, nobody's going to be completely nothing, nobody's perfect. But we all work to attain that perfection. And in the working to attain that perfection, we get more conscious, we grow, we get more capacity to live here with an open heart, with love, with chakra system that works better. And the whole fountainhead of all of this is a human being's need to grow. You don't even have to believe in God for God's sake, but you have to feel something deeply inside that says, I really want to be a happy person. That's really what I want in life. I want to have joy in my heart, love inside me. I want to live that way every day. And it has nothing to do with one's belief system. It has only to do with developing the craft of inner work so you can attain that level of consciousness in yourself. I mean, that's how you do it. And then keep the need, allowing the need to get deeper. And then letting it manifest in how you live your life in the world. You know, what you're willing to do to serve a higher force of energy in the universe. And not by rote, and not by somebody else's commandment of what they think you're supposed to do, but from an organic, deep, inner thing in you that says, you know, I have to do this. You know, from something that is unexplainable inside a human being that really enables them to tap such a deep state of surrender that it not only is an inner experience, but it really manifests in what you do every day in your life. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Oh, I just have a little announcement to make. You know, on Saturday, my beautiful daughter is moving from here. And, this is something I've been waiting for a long time. And it's why I moved in here so that she can truly have an independent life. Doesn't, it mean, she's not moving far, but it's at least she and her boyfriend, they're going to support. At any rate, it opens up my apartment a little bit more because she won't be working here. Which will enable me to have classes here in person with, I don't know, not a lot of people, but maybe 5, 6 people that can come at a time. And if people are interested in doing that, you should really get in touch with me, because these in-person classes, as some of you can testify, are very powerful. I mean, these Zoom classes are pretty powerful, but the in-person ones are transformative. So if you want to come, let me know, and we can arrange it. That'll be after Saturday. I have to go out and buy some chairs and, a few things, but it's nothing major. So that's becoming available. And of course, that's going to lead to the next step, where I'm hoping to get a big enough apartment or a house somewhere that I can run, not an ashram, I don't want an ashram, but a place where there can be regular classes that people can attend, at least 4 or 5 days a week. Hands-on healing classes and all of that stuff that I do that's very deep and helps people to grow in a very profound way. And I'm trying to, it's my way of surrendering. It's my way of serving in the world, of moving forward this way and trying to, find a place where I can do this. The beginning is this apartment I'm living in, where at least 5, maybe 5, 6 people, 4 or 5 people can come at a time to a class. So this is open to you all, and hopefully people that live in and around New York will really take advantage of this. The only thing I ask is something that doesn't rub well with a lot of people, and that is I ask people to be vaccinated. That's it. I don't want any kind of thing in my mind about the fear of anybody getting COVID that comes here. So I'm mandating something that I never would have mandated in my life, but I have to do it. Because, just for my protection and for everyone's protection who comes here. That's the only restriction. other than that, everyone is welcome to come. And, I trust people. I'm not going to ask you to show me a vaccination card. It's something that has to be done. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
I can ask a question, Stuart. I usually have one. Um, uh, you used to give classes in other places, and they would be like weekend workshops.
I did that all of 2019, and I stopped doing it because of COVID-19. The one place I used to go to, which is a very nice place, really not far from here, maybe an hour from here, they closed down. And I said, no, I can't do this because of this pandemic that is going on. I would like to start that again, but I want to be sure, I don't want to start this in the middle of an epidemic that's going on and people get sick and, it's going to be very difficult to do these classes with masks on,
Mm.
So I just want to be careful. Look, I never really took vaccinations in my life. I was always against them. But this time I said, no, Stuart, my daughter got the problem and she got very sick. And it wasn't a good thing for me to see, And I said, okay, I'll get the vaccinations. And people that come into my house, they have to be vaccinated. And another element to this is in 2019, I traveled 98,000 miles around the world, literally Europe, South America a couple of times, Europe a couple of times, all over the United States. And I got very sick, and I'm sure I got really sick. I wound up in a hospital having a major operation. And I'm sure that happened because of all of that traveling. And I finally made a decision. No, I'm not going to do this anymore. If people want this incredible thing that comes through me, they're going to have to come here. I mean that. And if you can't come here and you don't want to come here, it's not my problem. I came, I was like a doctor paying house calls to groups all over the world, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I almost killed myself doing that. So, I'm open to people coming. If it means you got to get a vaccination and you don't want to do it and miss this kind of thing, it's not my problem. It's really not, but I'm not going to do what I did in 2019. I almost killed myself.
Mhm.
And I traveled 98,000 miles simply to teach meditation. That's what I did. And I said, Stuart, no, you can't kill yourself. So if people want this, and you ask some people that have been here, like Bob Anderson and Jan and Shakur and other, they leave here transformed. Bob Anderson is coming back the third time already to have these classes here in person. So people have to make that commitment. Otherwise, there's nothing I can do. My house is open now. It will be after Saturday so that people can come and study and do classes here. I do everything that's possible under the sun, but I am not going to do that traveling anymore.
Okay, got it.
You got it? And maybe I will have retreats again. I would love to. I can't tell you the amount of work that goes in for me to do a retreat. You have 25 people in a room having to do hands-on and 3 classes a day, and it's a very powerful weekend. And I don't mind doing it, but I'm not going to do it while 150,000 people a day are getting COVID in this country. 100,000 people a day are getting COVID in this country. out of respect for all of you and out of respect for myself and people I'm close to. So the best I can do right now is tell you that after Saturday, if you want to come here, let me know and we can work it out where there will be classes. I'd love to have classes with all of you in person. That's the best I can do right now. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, then there will be a meditation on Wednesday. And as I always end this, in all humility, God bless you all. Thank you for being here and be part of this. And I must admit that having you in my life has really helped me to grow a great deal and to open so many doors that have gotten me closer to God. And I really am deeply grateful to all of you. And when I see people come, it just really fills my heart with a lot of gratitude. So God bless you all. Thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And that I see you all on Wednesday. Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Stuart.
Yeah.